What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's me, Triple B 780. Today, I'm gonna be doing, tonight, I'm gonna be doing a positive review on one of the best movies of the 90s. You know, the best movie of 1995, starring the voices of Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. It is our favorite movie that we grew up, that most of us. It is a Pixar movie that most of us loved as a kid, and it's the very first very long Pixar movie. The first long long movie to be made by Pixar and to be released in theaters. Yep, it stars the voices of Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and others, and that would be Toy Story. Now, the plot of the movie is basically where you get this kid named Andy who play it's basically where you get this kid named Andy who loves to play with his toys, especially his doll named Sheriff Woody. But then when they're getting ready for a birthday party, when he comes downstairs for his own birthday party, Woody himself and the other toys come to life. That is wow. That is just way better than Barney to me. Yeah. And then, yeah, like they walk around stuff like that. And what happens is that they gather up for a meeting, and Woody announces about what presents are they going to be for Andy's birthday party. So that's awesome. But then when the kids come and when the soldiers get ready for a speaker and to announce about what Andy has got, they've been listening to it, and then when they have finally announced when they were going to announce the very last major present, they have just talked about one of the toys knocked on, were too excited, and they argued, and they knocked the walkie-talkie by an accident, and then broke, so they missed the announcement of the last present. But then Andy comes back, and then toys goes stuffed, and then later on, Andy had put his new toy away, and then what happens is that we basically get this new toy named Buzz Lightyear, played by Tim Allen. You know, the guy from the character from, you know, the voice, the actor who was also in the Santa Claus. Yeah, that guy. He plays Buzz in this movie. Unfortunately, he introduces himself. His catchphrases are awesome. And then he meets and greets a lot of he introduces himself to the toy. He introduces the toys to himself. Yep. And then he shows off his awesome, very cool stunt, which is awesome. And then, but Woody, he was not used to it, unfortunately. Yeah. To be honest. But then later on, things have changed, and Woody did not like it. Like, Woody felt like that, and he doesn't want to have that Andy doesn't want to play with Woody very much anymore. That's just weird. But he still kind of does play with Woody. That's good. But later on, and then his room changed to the Buzz Lightyear theme. And then the next day, they hear this this villain, this kid who was a villain named Sid Phillips, right next door, who loves to torture toys. I mean, that is terrible, right? Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. That's terrible. But yeah. But they told him, and then they told him about what he does and stuff like that, and they told him to stay away from him and stuff like that. So yeah. And what happened is that, and then later on, and then later on, Andy and Eddie took what Buzz fell, and then later on when he came in, and then later on Eddie took Woody into the car so they can go to Pizza Planet. And then Buzz comes along. They went to the gas station first, and then they had a fight and stuff like that. They used to be enemies, but later on, they used to be enemies, you know. And then they went to Pizza Planet to find them, and then find Andy because Andy and his mom and his sister took off without them, and then later on they tried to find him, but later on, when Sid showed up, they had to get inside the aliens. They had to get inside the skill crane, you know, the claw machine full of squeaky toy aliens like these. Yeah, those guys. And then later on, once they grabbed an alien from the claw machine, he thought that Woody and Buzz were double prizes, and then they took them home. They took them home and tortured them. Woody and Buzz stayed at Sid's house for a few days, and then being tortured around and stuff like that. What happened is that, Andy was very worried about his toys, and then later on, here's what happened. Here's another thing that's really scary. Sid tried to he used Buzz to get over to be on the rocket, to get on the rocket. I mean, to be attached to the little rocket toy and then blast off. Yeah, seriously, that was gonna be dangerous. But then it's up to Woody to stop, to give Sid, to get revenge on Sid as a payback before it's too late. And then what happens, that the funny part is that Woody and the toys attack Sid for what he has done as they come to life. They acted nice. That was hilarious. And then they escaped. But they escaped because when Andy was moving, and his family was moving out, but then they tried to catch up, but then Scud was catching up. Seriously, that is terrible. That is just terrible. But they gave them Art C to catch up, and then later on, well, they try to use the rocket, but sadly they didn't. They tried to lit up a rocket to catch up. Sadly, they didn't. And then what happens is and then they blast it off, and then and what they felt was that Woody Woody had just became used to he was now getting used to Buzz's flying. Yeah. And then when they were gonna aim for the moving truck, but then they aimed for the car to surprise Andy. And then later on, Andy was so happy that he has Woody and Buzz back. And then later on during Christmas, they were hearing the announcements about what about what Christmas presents are that they are opening. So yeah, stuff like that. And then Woody and Buzz became friends, and that's really good. So yeah, that's basically the plot of the movie. Well, I'm not trying to spoil it, because I know a lot of you guys out there watched us a lot, okay? So, what do I think of Toy Story? I thought it was an awesome movie from 1995. It was the best one of the 90s. I watched this a lot when I was a kid. Tom Hanks did a good job voicing Woody, and Buzz Lightyear Tim Allen did a good job voicing Buzz Lightyear. A lot of actors and actresses did an awesome job voicing the characters. They did a good job. Yeah. The animation is really good. And the music is awesome. And some songs by Randy Newman, like the major one called You've Got a Friend in Me, that one was awesome. Yeah. This has got to be one of the best childhood movies of the 90s when we were kids. Yeah, I loved it so much. Like, I watched it a lot. I watched it a lot back in the 2000s when I was a kid, and I still watch it a lot today. Because it was awesome. I watched it a lot and a lot and a lot. Heck yeah. Randy Newman did a good job singing You've Got a Friend in Me. And yeah. They did a good job with everything. The people say, a wonder to behold. Yep. And Woody did a good job. They have a lot of good catchphrases. There were a lot of good things in Toy Story. Yep. It got like a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is fully good. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what's awesome? We have some other stuff in the Toy Story franchise since it's awesome. Like in 1999 we got this awesome sequel called Toy Story 2, which also got a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes as well. That was an awesome sequel. That was a very good sequel. There was also, and we also got an attraction, a 4D attraction. We also got an attraction called Toy Story Midway Mania, which is an okay ride. But we got another movie that was good called Toy Story 3. But it has a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. But okay. But, okay. I know TGI Fridays FTW, Rubitus the FTL hates Toy Story 3. But I respect his opinion. But I do know a lot of you guys out there love Toy Story and Toy Story 2. And I have to agree. Those movies were awesome from our childhood. They did Disney. Yeah, that Pixar movie was awesome. Best one of the 90s. Yep. I have this as the special edition gold collection from Walt Disney, the 2000 VHS, and I also have the 10th anniversary DVD as well. I have a lot of Toy Story stuff since I love Toy Story so much. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there are going to agree with me, so yeah. If you hate Toy Story, then that's fine. Your opinion is respected. Well, that's all I would like to say in this positive review of Toy Story. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and that's all for now. This is Triple B 780 signing off. I will be doing reviews on Toy Story 2 and 3 very soon. See ya!